Okay, let's get right into it. Forget what you think you know about a simple safety quiz. The questions we're about to cover, well, they're a matter of survival. This is a direct test of the specific OSHA rules designed to prevent one of the deadliest events in all of construction, the trench collapse. First things first, you have to understand the physics of what you're up against. A trench collapse isn't some slow slide or a warning rumble you can see coming. No, it happens in an instant, and the forces involved are just absolutely brutal. Take a look at that number, 3,000 pounds. That's the weight of a single cubic yard of soil. To put that in perspective, that's like having a small car drop on you. Now imagine that weight not just falling on top of you, but surrounding you, crushing you from every single direction, all at once. When a trench wall fails, the weight is instantaneous and the compression is total. There's no time to react, zero time to climb out, and, there are often no air pockets left to even try to breathe from. There is simply no escape. And here's the part that should really hit home for all of us. According to safety experts, every single one of these deaths is preventable. These are not random accidents, they are failures. Failures to follow the specific, established, life-saving rules we are about to test you on right now. So let's move to the absolute foundation of trench safety, understanding the material you are digging in. I mean it, if you get this part wrong, just about every other safety measure you take could be totally useless. OSHA breaks soil down into three main types. You've got type A, which is your most stable. Think of solid, cohesive clay. This lets you have a steeper slope of 3/4 to 1. Then you have type B, which is a bit less stable and it requires a 1-to-1 slope. And then there's type C. This is the least stable stuff. We're talking granular soil like sand or any soil that's wet or has been dug up before. This needs the shallowest slope, 1.5 feet back for every 1 foot you go down. Your entire protective strategy, everything, depends on getting this classification right from the start. All right, you've got the basics. Now let's see how you handle the pressure. Here comes the quiz. Let's find out if you really know the numbers that save lives. This is the first number every single person on site needs to have burned into their memory. So what is it? What is that critical depth where protection becomes absolutely mandatory? The answer is 5 feet. This is a hard deck, a total non-negotiable threshold. The second your excavation hits 5 feet deep, you must have a protective system in place. That means shoring, shielding, or proper sloping. The only exception is if you are digging in solid, stable rock. And just so you know, the rules only get stricter from here. If you go deeper than 20 feet, that protective system has to be designed by a registered professional engineer. Okay, next question. Protection is one thing, but if something goes wrong, you need a way out, and you need it fast. So how close does that escape route need to be?
The answer is 25 feet. Now, I want you to pay close attention here, because this slide reveals one of the most common and deadliest mistakes on a job site. The rule for egress, having a way out like a ladder, that kicks in at 4 feet deep. But the rule for protection, like using a trench box, that kicks in at 5 feet. People mix these two up all the time. Being off by just that 1 foot, confusing these two numbers has cost people their lives. So remember, 4 feet for a ladder, 5 feet for a box.
All right, now think about the weight you're adding next to the trench. That giant pile of dirt you just dug out, or that excavator parked nearby. How far back does all of that stuff need to be to keep everyone safe? The minimum distance is 2 feet. This little buffer zone is absolutely essential to prevent something called a surcharge load. See, all that extra weight puts immense pressure on the trench walls, which dramatically increases the risk of a collapse. 2 feet is the absolute minimum, but it's up to the competent person on site to evaluate the real surcharge based on the soil and the load to decide if you need even more distance. Okay, we've covered some critical basics, but now we arrive at the question that, according to field data, is the one that's missed most often, even by experienced workers. This is the one that exposes that fatal gap between what our eyes are telling us and what the rules actually demand. So picture this scenario. You're the competent person on site. The soil looks good, it's hard, it's cohesive, feels like solid type A. But then you notice it, a little bit of water, just weeping from the side of the trench. Your eyes tell you one thing. What do the rules tell you to do? And this right here illustrates the core of the problem. Your own experience can become a trap. A worker trusts their eyes, thinking, hey, I've dug in soil just like this 100 times before and nothing ever happened. They make a judgment call, and that is exactly how a catastrophic mistake is born. So here's the crucial point. Certain conditions automatically override any visual assessment you make. The moment you see water seeping from the soil, it does not matter what that soil looks or feels like. If there's vibration from nearby traffic or machinery, it doesn't matter. If that ground has been dug up before, guess what? It doesn't matter. All of these conditions force an automatic downgrade to type C. The answer is type C, always. Water lubricates the soil particles, completely destroying its natural cohesion. It turns what looks like stable ground into something that can collapse in a split second. This is the question 4 paradox. Your intuition can be a lethal illusion. You have to trust the rules, not just your gut. And this is exactly why that competent person's inspection before every single shift is so incredibly vital. Okay, let's pull all of this together, because these aren't just answers to some quiz, right? These are the numbers and the rules that separate a totally normal day at work from a fatal one. I want you to burn these 4 numbers into your brain. At 5 feet deep, you need protection. At 4 feet deep, you need a way out. That way out must be within 25 feet of you, and your spoil pile has to be at least 2 feet back from the edge. Memorize them, live by them. So look, knowing the answers here is the first step, and that's great. But the real test, it isn't on a screen. It's tomorrow, on the job, with deadlines pressing down and the ground looking good enough. Will you trust the rules over your gut feeling? Will you have the discipline to follow them, even when it's inconvenient? Because that's the only test that truly matters. And passing it means everyone goes home.